though. Here goes the yawning. Hello my beauties and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Janelle, and if you are not new here, hi, my name is still Janelle. Thank you so much for being here. So today I have for you guys my RAFFLE TBR game for the month of July. For those that haven't watched any of my TBR games, you are in luck because I'm changing the rules. So we're having a fresh start today. But before we get into anything for the game, make sure if you haven't already to subscribe down below. I have noticed that a lot of people watching my videos aren't actually subscribed, and I know it's just because you forgot to hit the button. It's okay, I do it all the time. Just click it real quick for me. Okay, perfect. Awesome, thank you. But let's go ahead and get into the new rules. So the rules for the game are pretty simple. This is everything you're gonna need to know. I use this app on my phone called RAFFLE Name. I insert some prompts, I spin the wheel. I've already inserted the prompts, they're already in there. The wheel will give me a randomized prompt. I will pick a book from my shelves to fulfill that prompt. I do 6 spins every single month, and then I have 6 books that get added to my TBR. For any books that I do not finish from the 6 books, then the next month I have to pick out of the TBR jar of doom, which is new. This is just a bunch of bad prompts in here. It looks like there's like no prompts in here, but it's just that the jar is super large. So, but there's prompts in here. These are all bad prompts. These are all prompts I don't want. So this is the punishment prompt jar. I don't know what I'm really calling it yet. But yeah, so if I don't finish all the books on my TBR for that month, then the next month I have to draw 1 prompt out of this and add a book that fulfills one of these prompts to the TBR for the next month. I think that's pretty much everything. The only other thing is that I am allowing myself to skip a prompt if I choose. If I skip a prompt, that means that I have to add a spin on as a punishment for skipping the prompt. And I have also added a prompt in here that is named add a spin, just to make it a little bit more entertaining if it comes up. Hopefully it doesn't come up, because I am in a little bit of a reading slump, so I'm hoping that the wheel will be nice to me. But yeah, as far as last month's TBR, I had 6 books on my TBR for last month, and I managed to finish 1 of them. And I finished The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo, which is written in verse, and I listened to it on audiobook at 2 times speed. That's the reading that I did this month. I did do a lot of reading this month. I read a lot of books over vacation. If you haven't seen my mountain vacation vlog, you should definitely go watch it because I talk about all of the books that I read over vacation. I think there were 6 of them. I am in the middle of reading From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This was for the prompt biggest. And I'm currently on page 124. So I made kind of a dent in the book. It's huge. I'm hoping maybe I'll finish it by July, but honestly, I highly doubt it. And either way, I have to draw out of the jar. So it doesn't even matter if I finish this. I think that is pretty much it as far as the rules for the game. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the game of it all. Okay, so before we get into the spins, let's go ahead and draw out of the jar. I'm really nervous about this because I know what prompts are in here and I don't like them. Just gonna kind of, you know, shake it up, mix it up. I hope this is like a better one of the terrible prompts, if that makes sense. Oh gosh. So I got worst rating. So I'm going to sort my TBR shelf on Goodreads to do lowest rated. Okay, so the lowest rated on my TBR shelf on Goodreads is Head Games by Craig McDonald and Kevin Single. So this is the graphic novel version of the novel, I guess. I literally bought this for $1 at the Dollar Tree, which is why it's even on my shelf. Because I haven't really been excited to read this at all because it sounds like an Indiana Jones knockoff, and I think I'm going to be highly disappointed. So I guess this is being added to the TBR. I'm just glad it's a graphic novel, so it's not like I have to trudge through a novel that's lowest rated, so this actually is okay. Okay, so now we can go start the spins. Spin number 1. Okay, first winner is short read. Okay, I think for this prompt, I am going to choose Skyward by, there's like 4 names up here, but I don't actually know who the author is. Joe Henderson. Okay, perfect. This is a sci-fi novel, I think, where, yes, so gravity on Earth becomes a fraction of what it is now, which explains her being upside down and floating. So I've been wanting to read this. I just recently picked this up. I think the art is beautiful. And I've actually heard a lot of mixed things about this. I've heard that some people really enjoyed it and some people were disappointed by it. So I guess we'll see, but I'm excited that so far I have 2 graphic novels on my TBR. Okay, second spin. What's the next prompt? Okay, season. Okay, so for the prompt season, I have to pick a book that corresponds to the season that I'm in, and where I live, it's summertime. So I'm going to be picking Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I don't know much about this book. The only part that I really have even read about what this book is about is the part that says Malibu Rising is a story about one unforgettable night in the life of a family, the night they each have to choose what they will keep from the people who made them and what they will leave behind. So I've heard that like there's a party that happens. We're following a main character named Nina, and the party goes badly, and a house went up in flames or something, and then she forgets about it. Like maybe she was like super drunk or something. I don't know. That's all I really know about this book, but I'm really excited to read it because everybody seems to be reading it, and I feel like it's getting on everybody's TBRs. Or they're just really pushing to read it. I don't know. But I'm excited about it, so I'm gonna go ahead and add this. Okay, third spin. Okay, third spin we have Gifted. Okay, so for the prompt Gifted, I'm not sure if my camera cut out, but the third spin we got Gifted. For that prompt, I'm going to be reading Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. This one was gifted to me by my lovely husband, Jonathan, for my birthday, and I just haven't gotten to it yet. This is essentially about a girl named Amari, and people keep convincing her that her missing brother is dead, like he's never returning, and she doesn't believe it. She's not convinced. And then one day she finds this ticking briefcase in his closet, and it has a nomination for a summer tryout at the Bureau of Supernatural Affairs, and she thinks this secret organization holds the key to locating her brother Quentin. I think this is gonna be so much fun. I've heard nothing but good things about this. I've heard that people cannot put this book down, and honestly, that's exactly what I need while struggling in a reading slump. So this is going on the TBR. Okay, for the fourth spin, let's see what we get. Please be something nice. Okay, so for the fourth winner, we have audiobook. I'm gonna go into Scribd and see what I have. I feel like I've saved a few things, but okay. So I think for the audiobook prompt, I am going to read Yolk by Mary H.K. Choi. I have heard so many good things about this book, and I've been dying to read it, but I'm trying not to purchase any more books, but it is available on Scribd. So I'm definitely going to say that one. I'm really, really excited about it. I honestly have no idea what this is about. No, I don't want to read the book. Okay, so this says Jane and June Bake are nothing alike. June's 3 years older, a classic firstborn, know-it-all narc with a problematic finance job in an equally soulless apartment, according to Jane. Jane is an emotionally stunted, self-obsessed basket case who lives in squalor, has egregious, I've never heard that word ever, taste in men, and needs to get to...
Egregious.
Huh?
Egregious.
Egregious? What does that mean? A bad taste in men?
I think something like that. I don't know.
Oh, okay. And needs to get to class and stop wasting mom and dad's money, if you ask June. Once thick as thieves, these sisters who moved from Seoul to San Antonio to New York together now don't want anything to do with each other. That is until June gets cancer, and Jane becomes the only one who can help her. Flung together by circumstance, housing woes, and family secrets, well, the sisters learn more about each other than they're willing to confront. And what if while helping June, Jane has to confront the fact that maybe she's sick too? So I feel like this book is gonna make me cry. That's my assumption. But I am really excited to read it, and I'm glad that we got audiobook because it definitely makes reading a lot easier. So, fifth spin. Ooh, fifth winner is highly rated. Okay. I guess it's happening. First book that I saw, that I owned, that is highly rated on Goodreads is Skyward by Brandon Sanderson, which is a huge book and it's a sci-fi, so I'm scared, but I think it'll be fun. A lot of people seem to like it. Oh my gosh, there's diagrams in here. That's so cool. A lot of people seem to like it, so I hope I do. Even people that said they aren't a fan of sci-fi liked it. So maybe it's safe to read. I don't know, but it's being added to the TBR. I don't even really know what this is about. It says Spence's world has been under attack for decades. Now pilots are the heroes of what's left of the human race, and becoming one has always been Spence's dream. Since she was a little girl, she has imagined soaring skyward and proving her bravery, but her fate is intertwined with her father's, a pilot himself who was killed years ago when he abruptly deserted his team, leaving Spencer the daughter of a coward. Her chances of attending flight school is slim to none. No one will let Spencer forget what her father did, yet fate works in mysterious ways. Flight school might be a long shot, but she is determined to fly, and an accidental discovery in a long-forgotten cavern might just provide her with a way to claim the stars. So, sounds pretty interesting to me. A journey to prove yourself, totally can relate, so I think it's gonna be good. Okay, sixth spin, maybe the last spin. Yes, okay, so our sixth spin is wild card, which basically means I get to pick any book that I want, and I know what book I'm going to pick. So I am going to be choosing Ace of Spades for the wild card prompt because this is the buddy read for Mel Reed's Patreon and Discord for the month of July, and I just really want to be able to participate, and I wanted to get this on my TBR because I was going to read it either way. It would just be easier if it was on the TBR. I've heard that this is a Gossip Girl meets Get Out, which I haven't seen Gossip Girl, but I've seen Pretty Little Liars, so I've heard they're similar. But essentially these two kids at this private academy are being blackmailed, and they are having threats sent to them by this mysterious character named Ace, and the question is, can Devin and Shameka stop Aces before things become incredibly deadly? Sounds great. Probably said her name wrong. If I did, I am so sorry, but I'm not good at pronunciation. That's why I read in my head. So yeah, I'm adding this to the TBR. Now, honestly, guys, just because I have 2 graphic novels on here, I really want to spin it again. But like, I'm nervous if I spin it again, I'm gonna get the add a spin prompt, and then it's gonna go downhill. But I think I'm just gonna go for it. We're gonna do 7th spin, okay? We're gonna do a bonus spin this month, okay? Because I'm feeling pretty good about the TBR so far. Let's see what we get. What did I tell you? 7th spin is add a spin. So, we're gonna add a spin because I'm gonna play this right. We're gonna add a spin, okay? So, this is the 7th spin, and then we'll have an 8th. So, 7th spin. Okay, is author of color. Okay, so for the prompt author of color, I am going to be choosing The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna. This one has been on my shelf for a while. I mean, it released in March, I think, but I feel like I've had it for a long time. But this is essentially about Deka, and she lives in fear and anticipation of the blood ceremony that determines whether she becomes a member of her village. She's praying for red blood, you know, like they want red blood, but hers runs gold, which is the color of impurity. And Deka knows that she will face a consequence worse than death if she stays in this village. But a mysterious woman approaches her and asks her if she wants to either stay in the village and suffer the consequences, or come with her and fight in this army of girls for the emperor. And this sounds really good. It's like a fantasy, and I don't know, this kind of has like tribal vibes to it, which I kind of like. The cover is absolutely gorgeous. She is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm excited to read this. I'm excited this is finally on my TBR. So it's going on there. We're doing it. Yes, the last spin. Maybe. Maybe. Hopefully. Okay. Ninth winner is mythology. Okay, so for the prompt mythology, I am going to be reading Loki, Where Mischief Lies by Mackenzie Lee. So this is a Marvel novel, which I've yet to read a Marvel novel. I've read Marvel graphic novels, not a novel. So this should be interesting. This is essentially going to be Loki going on a journey to change his fate. Sounds pretty interesting to me. From what I'm reading, it doesn't sound like it's the same as the show, but I could be wrong. So we'll see. I've been excited to read this. I wanted to read this before the show came out in case it had anything to do with it or if it could fill in any gaps for me, but it didn't work out that way. But I'm excited that I do get to read it still before all of the shows are out. So we're adding this to the TBR as well. Okay, so that completes this TBR game. Honestly, the wheel was not too mean to me. It did give me add a spin, which I mean was fair. It's fair. It'll be fine. I'm feeling like I'm gonna do lots of reading and it's gonna be a great month. And I feel like this is a gorgeous array of books to read. Like I feel like this is just like the best right here. So I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be really, really good. Okay, so that is the TBR for this month. I am really, really excited. I think they're all really, really good books, really good picks. I'm not like disappointed by any of them, honestly. Like not even Head Games. And it's because it's a graphic novel. So I'm like, it's fine, it'll be quick. But yeah, I really, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you like the new rules. I hope you like my picks, because that's all I got. Oh yeah, and once again, if you have not subscribed, please do it. I would really, really appreciate it. It would make my heart super, super happy, and it would grow.
I mean, you watched the whole video, so you obviously liked it.
It's true. If you made it here, you clearly were entertained. So if you would like more entertaining content, click the big red button. If it's still red, you didn't do it. Click it, it'll turn gray. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.